What is going on in the world of sports? Lot to talk about tonight, man. But we want to welcome you back to Sweep the League. Yes, we are back after taking a little break from Fantasy Countdown last week. I had a little something to do last week. My wife, she's doing her own thing in photography, and I'm just helping her out. So she supports me, I support her. That's the key to a good marriage, isn't it, Will?
Yes, yes, very much so.
All
I'm
about
learning that.
compromising. It took me 7 years, but you know what? She supports me. I support her. So I appreciate all y'all understanding all that and know that. And I mean, we really didn't miss anything anyway. I mean, the NFL games last week sucked anyway.
They don't
And
look
some,
much better this week.
I don't know. There's some key interesting games I'm interested actually into. We're going to get into that. But first off, I just want to thank everyone for watching us live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. You can find us on YouTube. I think are we on YouTube? I don't know. I'm not sure, but you can find us on those three for sure. Just just go to any one of our pages and you can find us. This is Sweep the League, not the radio show, but this is Sweep the League, the podcast. I think we might be changing our name too, but I'm not 100% sure. But we'll get into that too a little bit later. But Will, how you doing tonight, buddy? How's your week going? It's Hump Day. Big football game tomorrow night. How you doing tonight, man?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Just got back from dinner and doing some errands with the fiance, and looking forward to tomorrow's game because I feel like that's the only one that's going to be worth watching for me. Um, it is Hump Day, um, Halloween this weekend. Going back to my fiance's family, taking our roommate's little son trick or treating this weekend. It's a good weekend.
It's a great weekend, mostly because it's going to be like 78 and sunny here on trick or treating, and it's going to. Right now, the wind's blowing like 50 miles an hour. But anyway,
Rub it in on good weather. Rub it
uh,
in.
it's beautiful down here in South Texas. The best part of the United States, I believe, man. It's hill country, South Texas. It's just beautiful out here. It's beautiful weather. Every now and then we get snow. But there's something I want to get off my chest, and there's something personally in my life that I really want to talk about. Not in my life, but in my community's life, because I know a lot of people watch, follow me, and stuff like that. But we had two tragic accidents happen. Not at one accident and one horrific, tragic thing that happened as well. Um, Saturday at the regional airport, we had a drag racing. It's called Race Wars 2, our second annual one here. And a car spun out. A 1990 Mustang spun out and went to the stands and killed two kids and one girl today, this Saturday. And it's just heartbreaking to hear, like, especially not with people dying, but it's an 8 year old and a 6 year old. It's just my prayers go out to that family and everything like that. And it's just a tragic thing, and there's going to be a lot of lawsuits. There should be, because now that they're investigating, there's a lot of things not quite up to code with that. So I just wanted my deepest condolences. If there's a GoFundMe page for a lot of those with the families, there's still three, couple more critically injured and stuff. So my hearts and prayers go out to them from Sweep the League. Also, I cover high school football as well. Uh, my hometown, Kerrville Tivy, their star running back, Ryan Mayberry, he's a senior this year. His dad tragically passed away yesterday afternoon at age 48 of a heart attack.
Wow.
And this is a great guy. Like, he's well known around the community. He was a great father figure. He loved watching his son play football. Has a daughter in college, has another younger son as well. At age 48, just died of a heart attack. And I can't imagine. And senior night's not this Friday, but next Friday. So I know it's going to be hard on everyone on that family. And so I knew him personally. I knew him. He worked with my mom when we first moved out here 12 years ago at a local bank. So really great guy. So it's just hit our community pretty hard. Our community's been hit pretty hard this week. So I just want to get that out of the way. But anyway, welcome to Sweep the League. I am Trey Collins. This is Will. How do you say your last name? Haverland? I don't want to mispronounce it. Okay,
Haverland.
Haverland. I always want to say Haverland, but it's Haverland. Okay. Anyway, thank you for joining us, Sweep the League. We're going to sweep all the leagues. We're going to talk NBA first week. We're going to do a little recap of that. What's caught your eye so far and everything like that. Big NFL week games. There's a good. Will doesn't agree with me, but I'm going to change his mind on that as well. A lot of good NFL games. College slate is on fire this week after a crappy week last week. I can't wait. I'm going to talk a little college. And, of course, the World Series. Braves go up 1-0. Game 2, as we speak. The first pitch is fixing to happen right now. We're getting a little bit of that as well. But first off, I just want to say you can follow us, any one of us on Twitter. You can follow Rudy at Sweep the League. Gio at Coach Gio. That is 2 O's, not just one. It's 2 O's. Another guy got Coach Gio. He's tweeting. I don't know why his Twitter handle. You can also follow Will at Will Nation 7. That's a capital W and capital N. Will Nation. And you can also catch myself, Trey, at Trey 3025, and Austin Hartsfield at Hartsfield MLB. Also, shout out to our sponsors, DraftKings. If you don't have time to do fantasies already get started and everything like that, but it's not too late. DraftKings have you covered with one-day fantasy games, any kind of league you want to, one-game leagues, slate of games, whatever the case. But it's just 1 week of games. And go to DraftKings. Use the promo code TPPN to get your account started today. Thank you to DraftKings for all you do, and thank you for everything that you're going to do. And it's an awesome thing to do. Also, if you're a betting man like myself and you suck at it, go to Busher.com. They'll have you covered, man. Go to Busher.com/sweep-the-league. They have anything from prop bets to single games to the parlays. I know someone won a lot of money on a parlay, and then some people lost on the last second grudge time. So go to Busher.com if you have any betting needs or any gambling habits. Just go to Busher.com/sweep-the-league. They'll have you taken care of as well. Also, United Collision Care Center. If you have your car dinged up, damaged, whatever the case may be, take to Lewis and those guys over there at United Collision Care Center. They take really good care of you. In and out, no hassle, no fee, no nothing like that. It's fast, it's simple, and they'll make your car look brand new. Go take it to United Collision Care Center and go see Lewis and those guys. Also, I want to thank Project Spurs. Man, basketball. The Spurs are 1-3 right now, but you know what? They're playing really, really well basketball. They don't have one all-star on that team, but man, they missed some key players, especially last night. I mean, for my God, can the Spurs hit some free throws to beat the Lakers? All they had to do is hit 1 or 2 free throws and they win that game. But yet they missed. I think they went 12 of 24 or something like that from the free throw line. But go over to Project Spurs on the Twitter page. Show them some love. Thank you, Project Spurs, for everything you do for Sweep the League and covering NBA and also some NFL as well. Well, let's get to it. Let's talk real quick college. Top rankings came out. Nothing really changed. Alabama jumped Oklahoma after Oklahoma had that. Oklahoma's just surviving week after week after week. It might be their year. Just the way they're winning games. I don't understand.
That's how you do it.
Kansas gave them a game, though. I was shocked. I didn't watch any college football this week. Believe it or not, I didn't watch any football or nothing like that. But is Cade Williams really the answer for Oklahoma, or is it just that defense that just cannot stop anybody? They just have to outscore people, and likely Kansas didn't have the weapons to score, and Texas can't score anyway. And then whatever. But Oklahoma's barely surviving. But you know what? They're still undefeated. They're at number 4. Alabama at number 3. Ohio State at number 5, and of course, those Georgia Bulldogs are number 1. Number 2, Cincinnati. Any problems with the top 5 right there, Will?
No. I mean, we'll see what happens after this weekend. I think someone jumps a new top 5, possibly top 4 team, personally, if this weekend goes the right way.
I tell you, a game to watch is actually the next couple of weeks is the Big Ten. Man, that Big Ten. You got Michigan State. You got Michigan State. That's probably going to be a playoff game right there. And then you have Ohio State, who still has to play Michigan State and Michigan. And I think Ohio State honestly, I've been watching Ohio State. That quarterback is a stud. That quarterback is going to be the best quarterback in the college football league for the next 3 to 4 years, probably 3 years, because he's probably going to go to the NFL draft when he's eligible in his junior year. But he's trying to find his stride. He's trying to read the defense a little bit better. They're scoring points. I know they really haven't played anybody, but they're blowing people out. They got a big game against Penn State this week. If they blow out Penn State, watch out. The Buckeyes could jump over Oklahoma this week at number 4, even though Oklahoma's not undefeated, but they're not. The eye test really doesn't show that they're the number 4 ranked team in this nation. So watch out for Ohio State this week. Their schedule's starting to get tougher. They're fixing to play Penn State, Michigan State, and I think Michigan. somebody else too. But those are 3 big games that are coming up
They
for
still have
them.
Wisconsin. They already play Wisconsin, or no?
I can't. I don't have their schedule put up, but I know their
Yeah, I
schedule
don't
is getting
either.
really tough. It's getting really tough, and it's only going to help their cause if they win out. So watch out for that. But I think we're all in agreement right now. Georgia's the number 1 team in the nation. No one's going to. Alabama's not beating Georgia. No one's beating Georgia with that defense. That defense is solidified number 1. And honestly, Alabama's defense is not that great this year. It's not a Nick Saban defense. So
No, but I think
I
some
don't
of it
think
has to do with NIL and some of the other things. I had a good conversation with a couple people last week about the NIL and how it's helping other colleges
it is. It's the best thing that's happened.
teaching kids about taxes. It's educating them.
Mhm.
That's why they're in colleges, for an education. They're learning quick about money and how to use it and where to put it and save it and all that other fun stuff. UTSA got brought up because I brought them up, talking about where they're going, how they're going to get better because of this NIL money and the amount of money that's down your way with the new companies coming into Texas. But I think if Michigan holds ground and beats Michigan State handedly, I think they jump into the top 4. They have to. It only sets up the Big Ten better.
I mean, it does. I mean, let's face it, that division with Ohio State, Michigan State, that whoever comes out of that division is going to be your conference champion. The other division sucks. Let's just be straight up honest with ourselves. That conference is not aligned properly, right? I mean, you got to switch it up. I think you got to mix and match Michigan and Michigan State and like whatever. But
they're all rivalries. They got to be in the same. So they play each other every year. They don't play everybody in the East or whatever it is.
They could. We're changing everything else up, but
this year's basically going to come down to who plays Iowa in the Big Ten championship, right?
Yeah, that's true. And Iowa's not that good either, to be honest with yourselves. Iowa actually could have lost 3 games already this year. But let's talk a little more about college football. I mean, I know I'll take the handles on this one since I live down here in this area. Jeff Treather and the UTSA Roadrunners are ranked number 23 in one poll and 22 in another poll. Big game. They're off this week. They have an open week this week. Thank God. It comes at the right time. It feels like they've been playing every week. They finally need to get a rest. But then a schedule change. Big game against UTEP. UTEP's undefeated in the conference as well. This is going to be a great game. The game got changed from 3:30 Central Time to 9 o'clock Central Time to the ESPN2. And then if they win that game, they still got to play Southern Miss. With Southern Miss kind of down this year, but then they also got to play UAB, who's also, I think, undefeated in the conference as well. So if they win out, I could see UTSA game, New Year's Six bowl game. I think the latest bowl prediction I saw was right now they're in the Fiesta Bowl.
Wow.
And
they got to play SMU, you said?
No, UTEP. UTEP, UAB, and Southern Miss.
Oh, Southern Miss. Okay. I was like, Southern Miss? Or I couldn't understand. It was Southern Miss or Southern Methodist. All right.
No, Southern Methodist has a big game against Houston this week too. So
yeah,
these smaller schools are starting to climb up the charts and it's starting to become a little bit. I'm not saying it's basketball yet, but it's starting to get that way. It's starting to even out a little bit.
But this is the right time of the year to do it because it's the first year of NIL. So if they're doing well now and they can offer a 5-star recruit a little extra cash where they don't get it at another school. It only makes the program, only makes their team better, and not have these 5 stars are going to get paid handsomely, and they don't have to sit the bench the first year.
Totally agree with you on that. So,
I mean, my question is, what's going to happen with Notre Dame this weekend?
Who they got?
North Carolina.
North Carolina's down this year.
I understand, but they were high hopes. They were ranked at the beginning. I mean, if Sam Howell has a decent game, do they knock off Notre Dame? Notre Dame already lost to Cincinnati. I mean, it's not like it can't happen.
Oh, North Carolina can beat them, but I don't think.
I mean, it's.
I still think Notre Dame's going to beat North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, it's in Notre Dame or at Notre Dame. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like it's one of those things to think about. They've already lost to one of these smaller per se schools, right? And I'm not saying North Carolina is a small school, but their football program is per se. They're known for basketball. soccer, lacrosse, things like that. But I mean, when Sam Howell has a good game, he looks good. When he's off, well, he doesn't look like the top 5 quarterback going in the draft like they're talking. So
No, this quarterback draft this year sucks. This year, everyone thought Spencer Rattler, Howell, going to be the first 2 quarterbacks, and now they're not looking all that great this year. But anyway, that's our college wrap up. Don't want to spend too much time on the college. I mean, we do, but I love college football. But this is, but I will leave the note on this. This is the perfect year where they need 12 teams or 18, whatever the case may be. They need to expand this because there's too many. It's wide open. But I think Georgia. Yes. Well, I think Georgia's still the. And remember, Georgia has a big. It's not an easy win against Florida. I mean, that's a rivalry game. You can throw records out the window on that one. So, and that game is in Jacksonville. So, a lot of good college games going on this weekend. So, if you're not trick or treating with your kids, make sure you are taking kids to parties or whatever. Make sure you caught some college football. All right, Will. Week 1 of the NBA is under the books. A couple surprises: Chicago 4-0, Spurs 1-3, Lakers 2-2. The Clippers finally get their first win. Damian Lillard still a Blazer. Steph Curry still looks like the MVP in this group. Warriors 4-0. What has caught your eye so far, if you've been paying attention so far?
I mean, I've been paying attention. I mean, honestly, I feel like Brooklyn struggles isn't surprising to me with everything that's been going on there. I mean, it looks like KD's still playing amazing, like he's the best player on the planet, but he just doesn't have the help. What really surprises me is we talked about the Knicks. I mean, they started off pretty good as well, 3-1. Let's be honest. I think they can hold. They're not going to stay that hot. Obviously, I think they're going to be a 4 seed. You got them a little bit lower, but I think they'll do something in Charlotte. These are all Eastern Conference teams, obviously, that I'm talking. But I mean, Charlotte's came out of nowhere. No one. I don't think anybody really expected them to have much, but they're starting off well. If you're going to the Western Conference, I mean, there's a lot you could talk about in the Western Conference with how poor people have started. I mean, Golden State's caught my eye. I mean, they're looking like –
I told y'all.
Yeah, you talked about it last week. But, I mean, Steph Curry's not stopping. Like, he is hot. He looks like he's been waiting all offseason for the season to start, and he's just going all out trying to get all them early stats, early everything to make him look good later on. I'm kind of surprised with Portland and Phoenix. Be honest, how slow they're starting. And I noticed something today when I was out to dinner. They're already talking about buyer's remorse on Zion and being the number 1 pick over Ja Morant.
I said that when that draft came out. I'm like, I'll put Ja Morant over Zion just because of injury, and he's not going to be able to stay healthy with that big body and stuff like that. Ja Morant's a guy who can lead your team. He did it with Murray State. Took that team deep in the NCAA tournament. Zion Williamson is. Can he say it's a Greg Oden effect, right? Like, is he going to be able to, like, that big big body? Can he stay healthy with the way the game is nowadays? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's versatile, but his body's too big to. That's just my opinion. I mean, Duke, he wasn't healthy. First year, he wasn't healthy. Third year,
he wasn't healthy ever since he split those shoes, and then it was downhill after that.
Before that, he was hurt.
Yeah, but he always played, and he played strong. My thing is, look at New Orleans right now. Who's leading that team? It's a Ja Morant style player, size player. It's all Brandon Ingram. If they wouldn't have made that trade with the Lakers, where would they be? I mean, Zion's not playing. If it wasn't for that trade, they wouldn't have much for Anthony Davis saved them and saved this organization to an extent because he wasn't going to play, and they would have nothing if they wouldn't got that trade done in my eyes. Oklahoma City, they're surprised to me early because they haven't won yet, and it looks like they're getting blown out early by the Lakers. With the amount of draft picks this team has, they're set up to have somebody, 2-3 people come play for this team, or they're just going to be everyone on the team is going to be under the age of 23 in the next couple of years. Because if they draft someone, they can get rid of them quick. because they're so young and have so many draft picks.
Yeah. The Western Conference is a toss-up to me. The Western Conference, I think there's 3 really good teams that can contend for NBA championship, and that's the Warriors, the Lakers, and I'll put Denver up there if Murray gets healthy. Suns, I'm not buying right now. I know someone on Sweep the League, the radio, says that they're probably the best team in the Western Conference. I'm not buying that. I think they got lucky last year with all the injuries, and I know injuries are part of the game and everything. But can you really rely on Chris Paul to stay healthy? And then Cameron Payne, can he do a Cinderella story once again? You know what I mean? Like, can he carry this team through a full season again after people's got tape on them now and stuff like that? Warrior, man, I still think they're Ben Simmons away from. If they give Ben Simmons, they're the favorites in the West.
By far.
I think that he's a younger Draymond Green without the vocalness, right? Like the nastiness, but he does everything better except for scoring. But if you count the scoring cancels out because Draymond doesn't give you any scoring anyway. But what Draymond does do, he gets rebound, he can push the ball, he can do, and you have Ben Simmons who can guard 1 through 5, and you have Draymond who can guard 1 through 5. And Draymond's just an older player right now, and I just think the younger Ben Simmons, and I think he's a little bit better passer than Draymond Green. You get him when Klay Thompson comes back, and if Wiggins can get his shot going, and then, dang, his brother-in-law, Steph Curry's brother-in-law, he's shooting the ball well. Poole is shooting the ball well. This team is starting to look like the 2015 championship team. That ball movement it's beautiful. I know the Spurs are like, it started with the Spurs, but the Warriors do it. I'm going to say it. They do it better and faster. Like, that ball is moving, and it's a beautiful game to watch. The Lakers, I'm not sold on completely here because I don't think this Westbrook LeBron tandem is going to work out great. It's not. When LeBron and Westbrook are playing, you see Westbrook's a shell of himself. He doesn't know what to shoot, what to do, drive, But when LeBron was out last night against the Spurs, what did he give you? 35. It was his team. He was no hesitation. Give you over 35 points. Assists the ball really well. Anthony Davis had. If you're Russell Westbrook, I know you got to swallow your ego, but come off the bench. Give LeBron James you can get your numbers and keep them offense moving, right? But they do not need to play Rajon Rondo and dang it, who was I talking about? Westbrook together. That Frank Vogel's, I don't know what he's doing, but Frank Vogel, I think it's a championship. I know he probably just got his contract extension, but I don't think he's a very good head coach. The asterisk championship in 2000, but whatever, the third champions in 2000, whatever the case may be, or 2020. So the Clippers aren't going to do anything. I think it's the Warriors, Lakers, and the Nuggets. Jazz are probably going to be first in the Western Conference again, but I think they're a regular season team. I don't think they can get it done in the playoffs. I don't think they're built for the playoffs, and that's just my opinion. But yeah, that in the Eastern Conference, what's hurting the Nets right now is this new rule, right? Where the offensive player cannot draw a foul, and that was James Harden's baby, right? They took his baby away, and so now
20 free throws a game.
Yeah. So now what do they do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so Kevin Durant's still a beast. I still think Kevin Durant's the best basketball player in the world. I think he's better than LeBron James is right now. I'm not saying ever in his career, but I'm saying as right now. Kevin Durant, if he stays healthy, is the best player in the world. You can't stop his jump shot. He's playing defense up better. He's moving quickly. I mean, that guy's a beast. The Knicks but the Chicago Bulls, man, 4-0. Yeah. They're gelling really well right now. I thought it was going to take them a little time to gel, but I called it. I said that they're going to be the 6th seed. They make me look really good right now. Zach LaVine looks like he's going to get that contract extension. DeRozan, who wanted to be a Laker, but didn't happen, so now he went to Chicago. They're doing good things over there in Chicago. Boston's not going to do anything. Sixers, they don't know what they're doing with Ben Simmons. That's a drama fest. So I think it comes down to the Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. That's it. And Milwaukee's, I think they're better than they were last year, to be honest with you. I think Giannis is embracing this, the hunted part of his career. So that's my take on it. I just think that the Warriors I didn't think they're going to start off 4-0. The last time they started off 4-0, they didn't lose until after 23 games. So I don't think it's going to happen this year, but I'm just saying last time they started 4-0. But all right, let's move on to a little bit. Let's just real quick. This Braves go up 1-0 Astros don't look like themselves last night. I don't know what was going on. The crowd was dead. Everything was dead. Altuve, he just got a hit right now. Altuve's like 4 for the last 26. This team goes as Altuve goes. But I want to talk about the pitcher. Who was the pitcher last night for the Braves?
Morton, right?
Morton. Guy gets beamed from a 100-mile-per-hour fastball on his freaking leg, breaks his fibia, and he still gets the next 3 outs. I don't know about you, but I'm just in there whining and crying like a little baby when I pull a nail. So that was amazing to see. But to me, last night, I know the Astros might win this game tonight, whatever the case may be. But I still think the Braves are they look like the hotter, better team right now.
I mean, I think the Braves. When you got that excitement, you're there finally. You've been knocking at the door. It's been a couple decades since they've been there. I mean, you got that excitement, get the first win. I mean, Astros are seasoned veterans at the World Series by now. Most of these people, Dusty Baker, those guys just come in. I'm not saying they're treating it like an every other day game, but they know not to get they know how to control their emotions, not highs and lows like some of these other teams. You know what I mean? And I think some of that had to do with it. Morton, as far as that, I mean, I've seen some of his tweets and everything that's been going on around him. I mean, this guy's apologizing for not being able to play the rest of the World Series. Who does that? I mean, you went out and threw a 96-mile-an-hour fastball on a broken leg, pushing off the mound and throwing heat. I mean, you have nothing to apologize for. If anything, that's only going to make your guys play harder to win you a ring because you couldn't help. As far as the Astros, I mean, I hope the Braves in 6. I don't necessarily want to see the Astros win just because of everything that's happened in the last few years, and a lot of people just say, "Oh well, beat us." You're not treating if you're not trying unless you're cheating type stuff. I mean, I think the Astros are just rubbing it in their face, getting back and forth. But that's my take. I mean, I hope for the Braves. My friend was online in a queue trying to get tickets to go see the Braves because he's been a Braves fan forever. He sent out a Snapchat the other night. 2,000 plus people in front of him trying to get tickets. He's just sitting on his computer waiting. I got friends in California that are Braves fans. They live their whole life in California for whatever reason. They're a Braves fan. I mean, there's Braves fans from everywhere, all parts of the country. It's crazy.
Well, I think a lot of people are Braves fans because growing up, I don't know how old you are, but I know me growing up, TBS was the home of the Braves. And so, you come home and you watch the Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz,
Terry Pendleton.
Yeah, Chipper Jones, Fred McGriff. And those, surprisingly, they got one championship with all those players that they had, right? So, just TBS kind of
bolstered them, I guess.
Bolstered them to what they are today, the following they are. I mean, I liked them because that's what I came home and I watched. I'm a Yankee fan, but the Yankees weren't on TV all the time. But when you TBS, everyone watched the Braves all the time until recently. They changed that, which I don't know why. But honestly, I think this is karma for what the Major League Baseball did to the city of Atlanta for the All-Star game, moving that for the voting rights and stuff, which they shouldn't have done, but that's a topic for another day. I don't get politics into this. But now the laugh's off on Atlanta because now they're going to have more revenue coming from the World Series than they are the All-Star game. More television time, more because they're there for 3 straight days. So I think it's just karma, but I'm going for I'm sorry, Houston. I got to go for the Braves. I feel bad for them. I'm just going for them. I don't know why. But I'm hoping for a good series. Hope it goes 7. All right. Now the time has come. NFL talk, baby. NFL. Good games. Good games. We had division leads up for grabs this week, Will. A lot of division leaders are in trouble. Let's start with this. People are calling the best Thursday night game ever. And then whenever they announce that, well, half the Packers aren't going to play. So.
Yeah, but the one that matters is playing, my friend.
Okay, for the Packers, you don't have Devontae Adams. You don't have Lazard. You don't have half your defense. You don't have your defensive coordinator. You don't.
But Aaron Rodgers is playing.
They're going to Arizona. I think Arizona gets the W. I think that they're playing at home. I think Aaron Rodgers, everyone's saying he's playing well, but he's really not if you really look at it. I mean, compared to Aaron Rodgers' numbers, He's really not. I mean, a couple weeks ago, he didn't even have 200 yards passing. He barely beat the Bears 17-7. That was a one-possession game all the way up to the fourth quarter. That defense is not good at all. They just played a weak schedule so far.
It's okay.
Give me the Cardinals in this one. I think Kyle Murray and the company, they're getting Chandler Jones back. They're getting players back while the Packers are losing people. Short week. Give me the Arizona Cardinals at home by 8 points.
Wow, that was going to be my question. That was my question, and you just answered it. I like Cardinals as well, but I didn't think they were going to cover for. I'm sorry, but like, there's got to be a trap game. I thought the Browns game 2 weeks ago was a trap game for Arizona, and I don't know what happened. Baker was Baker, this, that, and another. So I'm sorry. I'm on the conspiracy theorist with this, with how good this team's playing. There's going to be a trap game, and now we have a COVID game. So, I mean, give me the Cardinals. Before all of this, I didn't think they were going to cover, and the spread's still not even is only 6.5 right now. I mean, to me, that seems pretty low for to be missing half their team.
All right, so we're both on the Cardinals bandwagon this week, just because of COVID reasons. I think that's the only reason.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, come on, that offense is for the Cardinals is so good, and then they added Ertz. I mean, come on.
Ertz is going to be a top 10 tight end by the end of the season now.
And his longest TD reception ever came the first game he played with the Cardinals. Ugh.
All right, let's move on to the squirrel quick game. Gio's Rams at the Houston Texans. The Rams have, oh my God, they've had the easiest schedule in the world after that Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. Good God. But Matthew Stafford is 0-3 against the Houston Texans. I will say this, the Rams have not been blowing these teams out. The Lions are in a one-possession game last week. Even though the Lions haven't won a game all year, but honestly, they could have won 3 games already this year. Let's just be straight up. They're playing hard.
I keep saying that every week. They play tough. They should have won multiple games.
They should have, but they haven't. So, but the Rams are
covering the spread.
And then the Rams haven't blown out hardly any of these teams. But give me the Rams. I think they win by 10 points over Houston just because Houston doesn't have a quarterback.
It's the Rams all day. This is a Cooper Kupp story. Man, he might go off so hard they let him sit in the fourth quarter, and that's how big of a game he might have in the first 3 quarters.
All right. Next game, we have the Steelers, the 3-3 Steelers, who have won 2 straight after their 1-3 start. Go to the Browns, who are struggling right now. They're at 4-3. I don't know if Nick Chubb's playing this game or not. Kareem Hunt's definitely not playing. Baker Mayfield, still a question mark. I know he wants to play. He wants to prove how tough he is. But the way the Steelers are playing, giving their confidence levels back, and after that Mike Tomlin speech says he's not going anywhere, never say never, but never kind of speech. By the way, for the NFL coaches, that's how you stop rumors. That press conference right there, that's how you do it. I don't know why I had to bring all the other coaches into it, but whatever the case may be. But anyway, Mike Tomlin's why would he leave? Anyway, that's another topic for a different story.
Money.
I just think the Steelers are back on track, and I think the Browns are going to go back to being the Browns. I think the Steelers win this game by 7 points.
I mean, I don't want to pick this game because it upsets some people. I mean, let's put it this way. The Steelers had, 5-6 sacks last week? This team is going to hit the quarterback. That's what they're going to do. Their defense looks like they're getting back on track. Offensively, they're starting to figure out how to use their number 1 draft pick, which is opening up the passing lanes. I mean, I like the Steelers in this one. I mean, I could care less if Chubb plays. I could care less if Hunt plays. Dearness Johnson looked every bit of what I said last week on the show, that he was going to be somebody good. After that game last week, I put, who's going to trade for this guy? He's the 3rd running back, and look how solid he looked. There's enough teams out there right now that need help in the running back area, and I got blasted by multiple fans here saying, oh, he's a restricted free agent, this, that, and another. I go, can they afford him with all the money they're about to dish out? Oh, well, they're only going to have to pay him $4.5 million. They need a first-round tender for him, this, that, and another. I'm like, there's desperate teams that want to win now. They'll give a first round for this guy. He's young. He's only like 24. His story is amazing. He's writing letters, emails to coaches to let him play. He wanted to try out to any mini camp. I mean, this guy's what was that league last year, 2 years ago that folded because they had no money?
Oh, the
AFL, American football. Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. He was in that league, and then he was begging people to bring them to mini camps. I mean, this is the type of guy he is, and he goes out there and he finally gets prime time television, and he does what he needs to do. But give me the Steelers.
All right. Moving on. The first place, Bengals. Yes, I said that. The first place, Bengals at the New York crappy Jets. Bengals, I'm not even touching this game. Jets suck. Jets are the worst ran franchise in the world.
I don't know about that.
I don't know
the Indians are up there, but give me the Bengals. Shocking. The Jets quarterback got hurt. Let's move on.
Well, even the quarterback didn't get hurt at all. It's horrible. Everything about Jets is horrible. All right. Probably people are saying the best team in the AFC, the Titans, go to Indianapolis to face the resurgent Colts, who won against the San Francisco 49ers last week in a weird weather thing. That was a weird a lot of rain. So
start, heavy downpour.
The Colts are 3-4, Titans are 5-2. Colts win. They're within one game of the division lead after their horrible start. Give me the Colts in this one by 3 points.
Oh, come on. Like, after you said there's going to be good games this week, I went over the schedule and I wrote some. I think this game was supposed to be a mega block game at the beginning of the season, but the Colts struggled. Give me the Titans. They're rolling. Derrick Henry, he didn't have a good game last week, but guess what? That A.J. Brown guy, Julio, they showed that they don't just have to run the ball. They can pass it on you too. I mean, the Colts are favored right now. Get your bets in. Take the Titans plus the point. I mean, how can you go against Derrick Henry in crunch time? This is a playoff divisional game right here. They could see each other down the road if the Colts stay hot, but give me King Henry and his boys.
Okay. Well, next we have the 2-5 Eagles versus the 0-7 Lions. I think this week's the week that the Lions get the victory. The Lions get their win over the Eagles. They're playing at home. They get it off the schneid. Detroit has won 3 straight games. Make it 4. I think Jared Goff's going to have a good game against the Eagles defense. I know that the Eagles are going to lose this game, and I have all the confidence in Campbell and the Detroit Lions this week. Detroit Lions are getting the first win. Are you with me, Will? Say it with me. Lions.
Oh, it's the Lions. Come on. They've been playing too good to lose every game. The Eagles are playing just good enough. They can't ever get it done. If it comes down to the end, the Lions will win. I mean, come on. DeAndre Swift is having a great year. Goff has glimpses of having a good year and what he looked like when he went to the Super Bowl. I just don't see the Eagles winning many more games this season, to be honest with you. They got 2 early. They might get 1, maybe 2 the rest of the season. They're just struggling in all aspects. They can't run the ball very well. I feel like they drop passes. They're just they're on the bus. They're on a struggle bus, man.
Okay, so we're both on the Lions, so it probably means they're going to lose. Anyway, so I have a score update for all you watching us. The Astros take a 1-0 lead, and then the Atlanta Braves just hit a home run with 2 outs in the top of the second to tie the game at 1-1. So go figure, right? Okay, so moving back on to the NFL. We got another, I guess, crappy game. After starting 2-0, the 49ers have lost 4 straight. The Bears are 3-4. They're shelling themselves. I'm starting the hashtag fire Nagy right now. Nagy's not doing anything to help Justin Fields. He's not changing the offense. He ain't doing anything. it's a pick'em game for me. I'll take the 49ers just because their defense is better than the Bears, and I don't think that the Bears can score over 7 points.
I mean, this is a tough one. I mean, give me the Bears because they're just going to run the ball. I mean, what else is there to do in that team right now? Herbert looks great. I mean, if anybody else comes back, Montgomery or any of these other guys, they'll be all right. Allen Robinson looks like he's not on page. Justin Fields seems to be underthrowing him every now and then. And then as far as that, the Niners just look like a mess. They have Deebo Samuel, and that's it. Both quarterbacks aren't living up to expectations for this team. I mean, this team was supposed to be a playoff contender, and they're a bottom dweller right now. They have some glamoring hopes with Elijah Mitchell, but Brandon Ayuk's we'll say it this year, he's a bust. George Kittle's hurt. Their defense isn't as good as it normally is. Oh, just give me the Bears. We'll split that one.
All right. After another team that started 3-0 and they have lost 4 straight games, the Carolina Panthers go to Atlanta to face the resurgence of the Atlanta Falcons.
Resurgence. What
hey,
a word.
3-3. I think they finally got Pitts in the offense. Ridley comes back. I'm just telling you, Atlanta's off. I mean, don't count the Atlanta. The Dirty Birds out. It's a pick'em game. You know what? I'm going to do it. I trust I'm never going to do it again. I'm going to do it. I'm picking Atlanta because I think they're playing better, and I think Sam Darnold needs to get. I think the Carolina Panthers need to get on the Deshaun Watson trade talk because Sam Darnold's horrible. So I'm going with Atlanta just because of that.
Carolina said they are not in the talks, and I trust Matt Ryan.
But they need to be in it.
Well, they need to be in it, yes. But Matt Rule came out and said, "No, thank you." Let's just say I trust Matt Ryan right now more than I do Sam Darnold. And
exactly.
Kyle Pitts, they finally start giving him the ball, and this guy's starting to show you why he was the highest drafted tight end in the league. So, and Mike Davis, you can go on to your next team because Cordell Patterson's loving you right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to another sleeper game. The Bills, after coming off their bye week and their horrible quarterback sneak loss to the Tennessee Titans, they host the Miami Dolphins, who are 1-6, who are definitely in the Deshaun Watson trade talks. Give me the Bills in this one. Bills have won 6 straight games against Miami, scored over 30 points in each one of those games. I think Josh Allen, Diggs, Singletary, Moss, I think the offense goes rocking and rolling against Miami in that defense. I don't know what's happened to Flores in that defense, but it hasn't been what it has been. Miami coming off a huge loss. Give me the Buffalo Bills in a resurgence game to get back on track.
We can move on to the next one if you want, because okay. I mean, the Bills, after what happened last time and going on a bye week, they were simmering on that end of the game. So this could be get dirty quick. This could be over quick. Josh Allen's going to have a monster game.
All right. So next, we have the afternoon slate of games, which I don't know why they call them afternoon slate of games because they're all afternoon. But anyway, the late afternoon games. The Patriots go all the way to the SoFi to face the Chargers. The Chargers coming off a disappointing loss against the Baltimore Ravens and in their bye week. Do the Chargers get on track this week against the Patriots? Mac Jones having one of his best games against the crappy New York Jets last week, scored over 50 points. Justin Herbert was playing good ball until he played against Baltimore. I think the Chargers come back after their bye week. I think they come back firing. I think they're going to show why they're one of the top 4 teams in the AFC this week. I think they'll get back on track. Give me the Chargers to win this one. I think it's not even close. I think they win by 10 points.
Oh, no. Give me the Patriots. They do what the Patriots did. They put a 50-burger up just playing around.
A Jets team that quit. Give me a
break. That's fine. But look at all this. Belichick did what Belichick always does. He started giving the ball to all these random people. He gave the ball to Trey Collis, and Trey Collis scored 2 touchdowns last weekend. I mean, come on. Who are some of these guys? J.J. Taylor, their fourth-string running back, he scores. Brandon Bolden wasn't even supposed to play. He comes out and he scores. He gets 70 yards in the air because he's taking over for James White with a touchdown. I mean, Damian Harris had a good game. I mean, he just started throwing it all over the place. What is it? Kevin Bourne threw a touchdown, I think, or threw a big pass. I mean, he just started doing what he does. Like, well, you think you know what I'm going to do? Here we go. I'm going to put this guy in here, and you think I'm throwing it, and I run it up the gut. I mean, this is pure Bill Belichick. You don't know what he's going to do. 1 week it's this person. 1 week you don't know how to game plan for this. I think he's going to do. He does this because he knows he's going there, and he has a chance to get back to 4-4. I don't think he has a chance for the division, but there's an outside chance for that playoff position.
Well, the way the AFC is stacking up, you're right.
I mean, where's Kansas City? Right, we haven't even talked about them, but where are they? That was a guaranteed playoff team. Well, not no more.
There is no guarantees in the National Football League, my friend. That's why we love the NFL. There's no guarantees.
Always guarantees.
I'll tell you what's not a guarantee. Urban Meyer's getting a lap dance in Seattle. I can tell you that. That's where we're headed, man. Jacksonville gets their first win again. They're way from their home away from home in London last week, or 2 weeks ago. Sorry, they come in at 1-5. They get to face the Seattle Seahawks, who kind of blew a Monday night game last week. Geno Smith's playing all right, but that was a bad weather game for them. Seattle at home. Seattle's defense sucks, but I think Trevor Lawrence is coming on strong. I think he's starting to get better. You see the progression each week. He's getting better and better each week. You see that he's going to be a great NFL quarterback. I think the Jaguars found something. I think the winning streak is going to continue. Give me a shocker in this one. I think Jacksonville gets the win in this one, and a close one by 2 points. Then they found a new tight end.
Who? Jacksonville did?
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
which, by the way, he's on the waiver wire. He's only in 1% of the leagues.
Who?
What's his name? I can't remember his name.
You're talking about him. You don't even know his name? Come on, Trey.
He scored a touchdown last week. Or 2 weeks ago. Dude, it's been a long week, dude. I cover high school. I cover college. I can't do this, man.
Give me Jacksonville. You know why? Because there's most people, when they talk about pitter-patter of little feet, they're talking about babies. But this week we're talking about Geno Smith in this game. This guy can't get his feet settled. He can't. He's always running. He's running the wrong directions. He can't extend the plays. This offensive line is built for Russell Wilson and how he extends plays. Geno Smith cannot do it. I can't believe Metcalf had 1 for 84 and didn't get another look until the third quarter. Give me Jacksonville. Seattle's finding ways to lose games. With them finding ways to lose games, they're finding ways to lose Russell Wilson for next year. Give me the Jaguars. And whatever that tight end that you think is going to be hot.
I don't say he's going to be hot. I'm just saying he's on waiver wire.
Hey, if he's getting touches, that's being hot these days because, I mean, there's some people out there that aren't even getting looks. I've put up a couple zeros on some players, and they had combined 3 targets, so he's worth a play in my league.
All right, probably the Fox game of the week. You have the 6-1, who think they'll be running away with this division, right? Being 6-1, not so fast, my friends. Sean Payne, the New Orleans Saints has stepped up. They have proven that they can win without Drew Brees. They are 4-2. This is that first place game for the division. I know it's early, but man, they're going to New Orleans, playing in the Dome. Buccaneers are coming off high victories. I mean, they've been blowing people out, but they haven't played anybody. Tom Brady's feeling himself at age 44. Threw a 600 touchdown pass, which we're going to get to in a little bit as well. We're going to see what Will would have done with he wanted for trade for that. But the Saints are playing good ball as well. New Orleans have won 5 straight regular season games against Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay did win that one that mattered. This is for first place, Will. First place. Did the Saints pull it out? I don't think so. Give me Tom Brady, and I think it's a statement win. Buccaneers go on and win this one 34-21.
I like where your head's at. I think this game's going to be a little bit closer than you think. If you look, Jameis Winston does not throw it to running backs. he gave the ball to Kamara and let Kamara play Kamara game. I mean, that guy had 10, 11 catches last week. He's on pace for 50 when he's usually on 80. I think they're trying to figure out – Peyton's going to figure out how to get him the ball. I said last week or whenever, a couple weeks ago, that they need to give him the ball more and let him do what he's got to do one way or another. They did it. They looked great against a above-average team. But this is a game that matters. You know Tom Brady lost to the Saints, twice last year, right?
Blowouts.
Yeah, so you know this has been marked on his calendar, whether he says it or not. You know how Tom Brady is. This game is going to be closer than you think, but Tom Brady's going to do Tom Brady things, and he's going to put up some numbers. And Gronk's scheduled to play as of today. Last I looked, he is scheduled to come out for this game. There's talks that they'll let him sit out because of bye weeks next week, but sounds like he's going to play.
It ain't like they need them. It ain't like they got any weapons over there in Tampa Bay. It ain't like they're struggling with them. I mean, good God.
I understand, but you know, Tom likes Gronk, and Gronk wants to help Tom. So, just saying, that's more confidence. You don't need to give Tom Brady a security blanket, and that's what he is.
All right, the last late afternoon games. I don't know. We really want to talk about this. The Washington football team, 2-5. Some people thought in this Sweep the League promo code, Rudy, thought that they were going to win the division, which doesn't look. I don't know what's going on with Washington. They were one of the best defense last year. This year, they're giving over 30 points a game. Denver, after going 3-0, have lost 4 straight. This game's in Denver. I trust Teddy Bridgewater more than I do any quarterback in Washington. I think Broncos get the win just because at home. I think they win by 3 points.
I hope this game ends in a tie. Let's go to the next one. And I'm a Broncos fan. This is bad. Teddy Bridgewater, I don't know what's going on with him. Tyler Hinkie, whatever. Give me Gibson. Give me McLaren. Give me Sealy Jones. Going against my own team. Let's just go to the next one. Give me Washington. I don't know.
I'm like, oh my God. I don't know what they're thinking on Monday Night Football. I really don't when they these games.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Giants are supposed to be somewhat good this year. They're supposed to have a break. Saquon's supposed to be back. Kansas City's supposed to be the premier team. They're supposed to be a premier team, guaranteed playoff. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada.
Let's just get
somehow this is what we get on a Monday night.
Oh man, Giants visit the Chiefs. Chiefs have a debacle, 27-3. Patrick Mahomes was in concussion protocol that second half. They didn't. Chiefs didn't score a touchdown for the first time, or didn't score more than 3 points for the first time, more than I can think of. I think the Chiefs are. I think, like Patrick Mahomes says, champions overcome this stuff. Well, they need to start winning some games. I think they get started here tonight. I think they get their. Which sucks because the Cowboys are going to play them in a couple of weeks. I think they get their back rocking and rolling. I think Travis Kelce's going to Travis Kelce quit, by the way, last week against the Tennessee Titans. I think Tyreek Hill's going to hold on to the ball. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to throw an interception. Giants are just too injured for me. No Saquon Barkley, no top wide receivers. Give me the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Give me the Chiefs in a bounce-back game. They need a confidence booster. I mean – this is a slump buster right here for them. If they can't get it done here, looking good, pack it in. Give it to the Bengals for the rest of the year in this division or in the division, conference, whatever.
You mean the Chargers or the Raiders?
No. Talking about the conference.
Oh, the conference.
The conference.
You saw the Bills. You saw the Bills. You saw the Ravens. You saw
and they've all shown weakness.
Yep.
They've all shown weakness.
All right, the most exciting game of the night week, Sunday Night Football.
Of course, it's the last game we talked about.
I had to, Will.
I know you have to.
I get it. They're finding ways to win games. Dallas Cowboys offense looks explosive, but yet they haven't really played anybody besides Tampa Bay and Las Vegas. Even though all those games have been, but the Cowboys do what Cowboys are doing, what good teams do, right? They're blowing the teams out that need to be blown out. You can say what you want to about New England. You can say what you want to about New England. They played a horrible game against New England. which I called a trap game, by the way. If you go back and look at the tape, I called that one a trap game because they're filling themselves, and they're going, and there's a bye week next week. That was a scary game for me. They pulled it. Everything went wrong for the Dallas Cowboys. Everything in the world went wrong for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's a game they usually lose. Not this year. Vikings, I don't know how they're winning these games. I really don't. I can't tell you. I mean, they could be undefeated. They could have the same whatever. So they're probably right where they're at. But it's a big game for both teams. Cowboys need to win to solidify themselves as one of the top teams in the NFL and Super Bowl caliber team. The biggest question is Dak Prescott going to play? He has a high ankle sprain. He said everything looks like he's going to be good to go. I know a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans want him to sit out because, we have a big lead. We have a big lead in the division. We're not looking at division. We're looking at the number 1 overall seed, baby. We want that number 1 overall seed. I think the Cowboys come out firing. Actually, I'm going to go opposite. I think they come out flatted, but I still think the defense holds on. Trayvon Diggs is going to get another interception. Defense holds on. Offense comes back. I think the Cowboys come back victory. I think they win by 3 points. On Halloween night, baby. Woo!
I thought he had a calf injury, not an ankle injury.
Oh, sorry, calf injury. You're right. Calf strain. You're right.
I'm just asking. I didn't know if it was multiple injuries.
No, it's just a calf. On the last play of the game, nonetheless.
I mean, let's be honest here. Kirk Cousins is going to do what Kirk Cousins does, right? He's going to throw it at Trayvon Diggs.
It is a prime time game.
I don't care. How do you like me? How do you like that? He's going to throw it at Trayvon Diggs, and guess what? Trayvon Diggs is going to do what he's been doing all year long. And I hope he comes back and yells in the camera, how do you like that? Because that would be epic for me. What's the tale for this game for me is going to be the 4 running backs. You've noticed, I told you a couple games ago that Pollard was the key to winning for the Cowboys. They're starting to use him. Now Zeke's trying to be who he's supposed to be. I feel like that's the same way in Minnesota. Cook is who Cook's supposed to be. Madison is the change of pace guy. He's doing things a little bit different. That's what I want to watch in this game. I don't really – the wide receivers are going to be amazing in this game. The running backs is where I'm going to watch this, and then the decision-making of the 2 quarterbacks, because the defenses both can be really good at times and both can be average. Excuse me. I mean, somehow Kirk Cousins only has 2 interceptions on the year. Let's be honest.
That's a quietly good kind of year.
I know. His stats, his numbers are almost identical to Prescott's. Everyone's talking about Prescott. No one's talking about Cousins. And they're 3-3. So, man, give me the Cowboys. I hate to say it, but give me the Cowboys. Their field goal kicker will not miss a kick. Give me the Cowboys.
Mike McCarthy will screw it up and kick a 66-yard field goal just to try to win the game, and he'll blow it.
That's your coach. That's your coach you're talking about.
He's a horrible time management. I don't think he's a head coach. I think Kellen Moore's the head coach for that offense. Dan Quinn, I think he's just there for the ride.
I mean, their head coach for the last couple seasons hasn't been the head coach. I mean, come on.
Yeah, anyway.
Jason Garrett was not running that team.
No, Jerry Jones has stepped back this year. He's not been taking the spotlight away from his players. And that's usually what he does. So, but I think Cowboys do that. But the Cowboys are getting depth back. They're getting Lionel Collins back. They're getting Michael Gallup back. I mean, the wide receiver core just got a little bit better.
Is Gallup? He should be scheduled to come back, right?
He's scheduled to come back this week. Yes.
Okay, because right now they still have him listed on IR, but I knew it was getting close to that time frame of him coming back.
Okay, so we have like 1 minute left. We went through all the NFL games. Mike Evans catches Tom Brady's 600th ball. Mike Evans is on, either he's high or whatever the case may be. I don't know what the case, but he gives the ball to this fan. The fan makes a trade with Tom Brady and gets the tickets for the rest of this year, all next year. A signed jersey, a signed helmet, a signed cleats or something from game-worn cleats from Evans.
2 jerseys from Brady, a helmet from Brady, a jersey from Evans, game day cleats from Evans, $1,000 in the NFL shop or Tampa Bay shop, and something else, right?
I think Tom Brady gave him a Bitcoin, which Tom Brady says he's going to be happy about. So I don't know what that means. I don't know how that Bitcoin thing works.
And something else.
And Gronk just said he gave up something today as well. So I don't know. But my question to you is, do you keep that ball or do you make it a lot more than what that fan got?
I'm greedy. I got it and you want it. Let's be honest. I mean, 600. I mean, that guy got a lot for it, but I mean, he could. I mean, I'd ask for more. I mean,
I would too.
I mean, in this day and age, okay, we can do a cryptocurrency. I mean, I want more than a Bitcoin. I mean, think about it. That what is that worth? Like $30,000?
I don't know. It could be worth up to $1 million. I don't know how Bitcoin works. I'm not.
Well, Bitcoin has a dollar value, so one coin, I think last time I checked, it was over 30,000. So I mean, you look at that. Oh my, J.R. Alexander, what is going on here?
J.R. Alexander, the great J.R. Alexander says the Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl this year. Washington beats Dallas next game they play. No, JR. I'm sorry.
Oh man, he just ruined our vibe. I mean, again, if I had the 600 ball, I'm holding out. I mean, I would have made him wait out till after this game. Honestly,
if it's me, I'm asking because I know that ball's worth $500,000 for start off with. Then you get all that crap, and then probably more. I'm asking for season tickets for life. I'm sorry, I am. You telling me Tom Brady?
Are you a Tom Brady fan or are you a Buccaneers fan? That's my question when you start asking for that.
That's true, but I don't care if you're giving me $500,000. You give me $500. That's a minimum.
Mr. Brady owns multiple houses.
I say this, but I'll probably do the exact same thing that guy did. I probably would just not even ask for anything because I'm that kind of guy. I'm a nice guy. Because I go back to the Derek Jeter 3,000th hit, right? That home run.
Yeah.
And that guy he didn't want anything for it. He just gave it right to Derek Jeter. He wanted nothing for it. And I mean, I'd probably be the same way. I am talking big trash, but in all honesty, I'd be like, you know what? That's Tom Brady's ball. Just give me a signed ball. I'd probably be happy with that in a picture. Or I would say, can you be a multiple time guest on the Sweep the League podcast?
I mean, give me Lowe's seats, baby. Lowe's seats.
Or can you pay off my debts? And that's it.
Okay. I mean, heck, I own a house and I got, college. Yeah, pay it off. What's a drop in a hat for him?
Exactly. His wife makes more money than he does anyway, and he's a multi-million, whatever. But anyway.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, let's pay tribute to our sponsors once more. Remember, it's not too late to sign up for DraftKings. We got Major League Baseball going on right now. We have NHL, we have NBA, we have college football coming up tomorrow night and Saturday. We have NFL tomorrow night. We have, we have all the sports going at once. This is the best time of year. Go to DraftKings.com. They'll get you started on anything. And remember, you don't have to follow all season long through DraftKings. It's one game at a time or one night at a time. Go to DraftKings. Use the promo code TPPN to get started today. It's fast. It's simple. It's easy. Go to www.draftkings.com to get started today. Also, if you want to feel a little lucky on Halloween night, not that kind of lucky, another kind of lucky, Busher.com. If you're feeling like you have the winning numbers, just go to Busher.com. If you have a feeling about a game or a parlay or whatever the case may be, or if you just want to go and do a prop bet, go to Busher.com/SweepTheLeague. Busher guys over there will get you all set up, and it's fast and simple and easy. I was 1 point away from winning a parlay a couple weeks ago, but anyway, that's neither here or there. Also, United Collision Care Center. If you get your car dinged up, nicked, or whatever the case may be, or if it's totally damaged or what, take it to Lewis and those guys at United Collision Care Center. They'll get you going in and out of the shop in a matter of no time. Go to United Collision Care Center. They'll got you, Lewis and those guys. They'll take really good care of you. no need to go to those big time boys. Just make sure you go to United Collision Care Center. Also, I want to pay tribute to Project Spurs. Thank you, Project Spurs, for everything you do, for hosting us, for being our sponsors. Go to those guys over there on Twitter, Project Spurs on Twitter. They're a good follow for all your NBA needs. They also do some NFL podcasts as well. But I know it's NBA season. I know a lot of you are Spurs fans. They'll have the ins and outs of everything that's going on around the league. And a big loss last night for the Spurs. They should have won that game if they didn't miss those free throws. But Project Spurs will have you everything wrapped up from there. And also on Twitter, you can follow us all at Rudy at Sweep the League, Geo at Coach Geo at 2 O's. You can follow Will at Will Nation 7, and Austin Hartsville at Hartsville MLB, which we need to get him back because his Mavericks are Luka kind of went out last night, so his Mavericks are kind of in a little bit of trouble. And then you can also follow me at Trey3025. That is us at Twitter. And a couple more comments from J.R. Alexander's. Astros in 5. Boom. Well, I think it's going 7. The Astros open up this game there. They scored 4 runs there in the second inning. I think they're up 5-1. I think it's a bounce back game for them because they showed no life. And then he also says, sweep the league is awesome. That is right. We are awesome because we sweep every league, not only professional, but all college sports as well. Remember, football season's already halfway over for college. We only have like 4 games, like a month left. That's hard to believe. It feels like it's just here. Keep it on Sweep the League. We have swept every league. We swept college. A couple more weeks, we'll have our first college football playoff rankings come out, and I know me and Coach Gio and Will have all of our hot takes on that. So keep it here on Sweep the League. Remember, you can catch us also on Fantasy Countdown every Sunday from 9 to 10 to 10:30, wherever how long I feel like going that day. We'll have you before all the games get set up. We have your inactives, actives, who to start, who to play, stuff like that. Follow us on Fantasy Countdown. That's every Sunday from 9 to 10 every Sunday morning. And then also brand new Sweep the League, the radio. Rudy and Derek Gervin are doing a phenomenal job on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. That is Sunday night at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. They'll have the Sunday night game as it's going on. They'll talk Spurs. They'll talk NBA. They'll talk all the leagues like we're doing. They'll call it World Series that's going on right now as well. So Rudy and Derek are doing a good job over there. Keep it rock and rolling. 9:30 a.m. The Answer is fixing to be your number one show for sports in San Antonio. Well, like I said, that covered it. We swept the league. We covered it all. Tune in here Sunday morning. We'll be back Sunday morning. Follow us on Twitter for all the latest updates, funny stuff, Florida tales of everything that's going on around in Florida. We haven't done that in a while. Maybe we need to get Coach Gio back here to do that. But follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitch. Whatever the case may be. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. God bless y'all. And remember, love your loved ones and everything like that. God bless and good night.